All right, so this is a suggestion via Discord that in the video is FBI agents and others warn of Venezuelan gangs entering the United States of America. Bro, that's not new information. We know of New York getting basically ravaged by them, along with Aurora, Colorado currently, and along with Chicago currently. Right? Like, this is not like brand new information. How this would not have happened is if the southern border actually had a border. But let's go ahead and check this out. Let's see where this takes us, guys.
Well, it is now time for our Reporter's Cut, where we highlight all the stories our reporters have been working on. Now, this is a story you will only see on 9. FBI says a Venezuelan gang called Tren de Aragua has made its way to the borderland.
Yeah, that's right. This rapidly expanding gang has spread throughout South America and now into our communities, posing a threat to borderland families. Our Oriana Batoro reports.
Fastest growing transnational criminal organization known as the Tren de Aragua is a Venezuelan gang that has now infiltrated its way into the United States through various sectors of the U.S.-Mexico border.
That here in El Paso, Tren de Aragua gang members who are identified are put into prosecution pathways for 1325 illegal entry into the United States.
And guys, generally they have like odd tattoos on their neck, specifically, like a crown or like an AK-47, etc.
Pathways for 1325 illegal entry into the United States.
According to a CNN report from Border Patrol, 38 suspects.
Wait, what did you just try to show us? Hold on. So 38 people have been detained. Okay, that's a town. All right. And so the thing about it is, so they come from the Aragua state in Venezuela, guys, and they had a prison there. Basically, that they let the prisoners go by the sound of it, guys, and they just came straight here. That's basically what happened. Now, what's interesting about that prison is that they had zoos, nightclubs, families.
According to a CNN report from Border Patrol, 38 suspected members from the Tren de Aragua have been arrested between 2022 and 2023.
When they come to a new place, they do it oftentimes through immigrant pathways, taking advantage of people from within their own community.
Tren de Aragua is taking advantage of the mass Venezuelan exodus to make their way into the country, and now they are ramping up crime in U.S. cities like Miami and Chicago.
They typically operate mostly on migrant smuggling and human trafficking. Those are their two big criminal enterprises.
But why exactly are they a threat to the borderland?
They also use forms of extortion by going to local businesses that are owned by these migrant communities. And if they don't pay a tax, they extort that money from them.
Right.
This can bring an increase.
Like, imagine specifically targeting your own community. Like, it's the craziest thing in the world to hear.
In crime into our community, including human smuggling and sex trafficking.
And so the same thing what's happening in South America is now going to start happening here in the United States amongst these Venezuelan communities in the U.S.
The main issue being that the Tren de Aragua is almost operating in the shadows, making it harder for law enforcement to track them.
We have no idea on who they are because we don't have their criminal records from Venezuela.
Right.
And a lot of times they also, because they operate with impunity inside of Venezuela, the only other way that we'd be able to do it is if they had a criminal record either in Colombia or Peru.
And with the historic numbers in record crossings, many of these gang members could continue making their way into the country.
I can't tell whether that man that comes across the border is either a criminal or an actual refugee. And
that's the problem. Okay. That is why we need much more security at the border. We should not just be allowing, like, every single person that came through whatever path that they took, they should go back through that path and then go through the actual border itself. If they are allowed to pass through, then great. If they are not, then they have to go back whatever direction they came from originally, guys. I think that's probably the fair thing here, because, yeah, guys, we do not need any more like street fraternities, and specifically, guys, like wild ones. Okay, listen, we have some crazy ones in the United States of America already. We do. All right, we do not need a new brand of it, like specifically ones that are actually, in dire straits, like specifically in Venezuela. Right? That's a different type of monster to be honest. That's a different type of monster. But let's continue.
That we're just releasing everybody with each other.
We did reach out to Border Patrol agents to see if they could disclose any information regarding the Tren de Aragua, but since this is an ongoing investigation, there's not much that they can share with us at this time. Reporting from the U.S.
All right, guys, hold on. There was another video that you guys sent me on top of this one here, so let's go and actually see if we can find said video. Apparently something is going on in Texas kind of regarding this exact thing, right? So let's go ahead and see if we can find
Governor Abbott.
This posted 2 hours ago. Let's continue. Texas is cracking down on the Venezuelan gang.
It is warning Texans of what he says is rising threats from a Venezuelan gang, Tren de Aragua, or TDA.
And criminal activity linked to the gang has been documented in cities across Texas, and DPS is deploying new resources to document and deter its members. Ryan Chandler reports.
DPS cracking down on TDA.
We're not going to allow them to use Texas as a base of operations to terrorize our citizens.
Governor Abbott directing DPS to create a TDA strike team, designating the gang as a terrorist organization.
Good. To be honest, all of them should be considered that. Every single gang in the United States of America should be that. There should be no other way to put that, bro. But let's continue.
Gangsters are like cockroaches.
Yeah.
They multiply quickly. Small intrusions into communities become infestations if not aggressively pursued.
U.S. Border Patrol reports they have apprehended nearly 500,000 Venezuelan migrants since 2020. But it's unclear exactly how prevalent crime is from the Venezuelan gang. DPS has documented TDA activity in North Texas, Houston, Eagle Pass, the Valley, and El Paso.
Let me see this map one more time.
North Texas.
Guys, I've recently seen a lot of houses are starting to pop up for sale, like right around this section of Texas, guys. Like this specific section, people are running from this area, like large scale for some reason. But I think I'm starting to understand why they're actually doing that. I would also
Houston, Eagle,
like get out before your property values completely plummet.
Pass, the Valley, and El Paso, where a state judge just shut down the Gateway Hotel for allegedly harboring criminal activity and TDA members.
TDA is operating at a different level. They're brazen. They're not afraid to tackle these different things. And I think it is a very credible threat that all communities have to take serious.
Right, absolutely.
In July, the Biden administration first designated the gang as a transnational criminal organization.
Yeah, see, this is what I was mentioning earlier. The ones that you normally see, at least, are these, like this exact crown, the AK-47. Let's continue.
Allowing the Treasury to freeze their finances. Some Democratic lawmakers critical of Monday's announcement, urging more cooperation with federal authorities.
If he really cared, he would be working with the federal government to ensure that we are maximizing our control of the border.
The U.S. State Department is offering awards.
Isn't that what he's doing? I mean, he's obviously labeling them like the big bad guys, right? Which is completely fine, but it does look like he is, in fact, trying to take some type of control of the border. But it's also odd that you're saying that, right? Because it tells me everything in the world about this, because you're a Democrat, right? No complaints here, do your thing, right? But you're not really for border security in the first place. So you're speaking in a very disingenuous type of tone right now.
We are maximizing our control of the border.
The U.S. State Department is offering awards up to $12 million for information leading to the arrest of TDA leaders.
They have a target on their back and we're going after them. We have one goal, and that is to arrest them and make them understand that Texas is the wrong state for them to be trying to do business.
Okay.
Ryan Chandler, KXAN News.
See, this is kind of what I generally have issues with, really quickly. I like the fact that he said that at the end here. It's strong. It gives us his overall stance, right? But at the same time, guys, the United States of America is basically a confederation of nation states, hodgepodge together to create this one singular thing, right? We all live underneath the flag, even though every state has its own flag and constitution. That's not the point, right? But what we do need to do, okay, is stick together on this. All of us need to come together and say, listen, we need to eradicate every single gang. Period, guys. Come on now. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sure everyone else is, guys. I mean, how can we, and specifically people that are stuck like within the inner city specifically, they are dealing with this regularly all the time. Right? Like that is the life that they live, specifically in Chicago. Like we need to work on seriously eradicating every single street fraternity that exists in the United States of America for the benefit of the actual children growing up and the people. We can better our society completely if we can, in fact, get rid of some of the terrible debaucherousness that happens in the regions where these entities exist publicly. Guys. But all right, listen, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. I mean, I hope that this actually comes to fruition. I do think that they should be considered the big bad guy, right? Using it in place of the T word because YouTube, right? But all right, listen. Enjoy the rest of your day. Guys, before we go, are you guys subscribed to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Both are found in the description. Check it out.